Have you heard about this brand new indie game, Schedule 1? It's pretty obscure and unknown, so I understand if you've missed it. Today, I'm going to have a wholesome time selling drugs and ruining people's lives for money. But first, I need to make a character. I end up making a fat old woman just to be inclusive. Today I have a guest. Meet Mike. He's a well-adjusted member of society, not homeless, and loves kids. So please keep them away. Crazy to think if he was a billionaire, he would probably have been invited to Epstein's island. He'd put the old Donny boy to shame. Release the files. I begin my empire by growing the dangerous murder drug weed and proceed to smoke one, feeling quite calm after. Guess the murdering comes later. They say to never get high on your own supply, but I find that silly, like a chef would taste his own cooking before serving it, so why can't I? I disassemble our setup because I'm metagaming, and these things are much better than the starter stuff. I head to the local high school student Kyle so I can sell my product, and he's happy to buy it, netting me a nice sum of cash that I can invest into the business. Just kidding, I go to the casino. What, did you think I wouldn't do any gambling in this video? However, it's weird how 2 of my videos in a row heavily features gambling. I swear I don't have a gambling problem. I gamble just fine. I lose all the money I just made and go look for more. I find some cash in a stash outside and proceed to go all in on blackjack. This for some reason doesn't work, so I need to hustle for some more cash. I decide to smoke some more product while watching Mike pick up trash. I'm not about to do all that, so I raid another stash. Back at the casino, I only go in with 100 this time, because if you spend it all at once, you'll get to do less gambling. Unless you win, of course. I managed to gamble my way up to $60. Then I switch games. I go all in, and it's gone. I loot the last stash, but then our RV blows up. Lucky I grabbed all our equipment beforehand. I find the motel and try to get the owner hooked on our product. However, she doesn't seem to recognize gourmet shit even when it's filling her lungs. Regardless, I book a room and play some video games. Have you seen this little fella? Eventually Mike shows up and we go to sleep in the same bed, and I'm not worried because I'm way too old for him. The next day, we stop to admire my interior decorator skills, and then I arm myself. I was thinking of buying a sick board, but my funds aren't looking too good, so I start picking trash. And when I have enough, I buy a trash picker. This is called expanding your business. It doesn't matter if your business mostly consists of trash picking and gambling. I decide to shoot some hoops and hit a nice 3-pointer on the first try. Finally, I continue to expand our drug empire by putting some dirt in a pot and forgetting to buy seeds. So I go out and pickpocket people. I do this all the way to the casino, where I proceed to first pickpocket the staff so that when I lose, at least it's not my money. Then it starts all over again. I lose all my money, go steal some more, lose, throw trash, and lose. I receive a much needed care package so I can keep grinding. I play the slots until I reach 900. And did you know a casino can't legally throw you out for winning too much if you just beat the staff with a baseball bat? Anyway, I celebrate by losing all my money on blackjack. The next day, I order some seeds, steal some money, and buy an overall. I head to the pawn shop to sell my pants, and after having taken this guy's money, I steal his soda too. I then water the same pots as before, but they still don't have any seeds in them. So I quickly go and get them, and now finally on like day 3, we have started to grow weed. Kyle wants some more, so I head to the tacoria. While stealing from some people, I managed to acquire a jug of horse cum. This will be valuable for sure. I then managed to get a landlady hooked, then I buy a board. And after completing a few deals, it's back to work. I managed to get a few jackpots, then Mike joins me, and we start winning big. On the 4th day, I complete some more deals, so I begin making my way to the... what?
In the bedroom, all this man really love juicy got chica thick a slim dick on a sick of it. Look at it dangling in between his hairy legs, ready for some gay sex, shooting his load in the man's throat. Yeah, I probably got some anal beads up in my ass. I really fucking like it, got me screaming yeah. Sometimes I go to a gay bar just to let loose on a gear, anything. Wait, what I'm trying to fool. Your cock is on my lips, your cock is on my lips, and if I'm lucky, you might push it all the way in. That's the type of thing I like.
So yeah, anyway, I give him my horse cum as he seems to need it more than me. I buy a car and commit some light vehicular manslaughter on my way to the, you guessed it, the motel room. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, because if you do forget, you should probably sleep with one eye open tonight. I continue with the dealing until I can buy a brand new skateboard. Then, and I promise you, I don't know how this keeps happening, but I end up at the slots for 45 minutes. After this, we did some gambling off camera, by which I mean I lost over an hour of footage. We ended up buying the tacoria, and were disappointed we could only launder $8,000 in there. Like, with our gambling prowess, we're gonna need more than that. We also hired Benji, our dealer, who makes it so we can spend more time on actual work. Then we bought a Chinese sweatshop and immediately got this landlady addicted as well. However, we couldn't find any kids to employ. I decided it's time to make some sweet strains out of our main product. And I've got just the idea. I start by mixing our product with some Viagra, then I mix that with horse cum. I named the new strain Mr. Hands, of course, and then head out to try it on someone. I head to the local outlet of Jessie, because she's like 70% drugs at this point. She buys Mr. Hands from me, and the effects are interesting. I tried to sell this guy 2 old garden shears and 2 mouthwash for $100, which to me seemed fair, but he tells me to piss off. Next we need a new house, so I head to Ray here and buy one. Immediately pickpocketing him afterwards. I move over everything from the sweatshop into the new house, and after a while, it looks like this. Now we can start the weed business for real. I put in 10k into ride the bus and leave with 30. Next up, I want to get some workers for the new place, so I can do even less work. I decided I want to unlock a new dealer, so I head to the nearest homeless camp. Because even though they may have less money, they're reliable, because you know they'll stab a single mother of 2 for another few extra grams. In particular, I need to become buddies with this homeless guy, because he has contacts. So the first thing in the morning, I go to his tent and feed him, sort of like a pig farmer. In the meantime, I continue gambling. I gamble until I have enough to buy this big warehouse, where I will put my meth lab. Only problem is that I can't make meth, and I need to launder my money first. So I buy another business, increasing the amount of money I can launder at a time. Then I start laundering, I sell some drugs, and redecorate the motel room. I get a call, and I can now buy one of the main ingredients for meth. Also, I have almost laundered enough money. If you think weed's bad, then just wait until I get meth out there. Finally, I can afford the warehouse, so I buy it and install some equipment. I start making my first batch of meth, then I decide to clean up a bit. Good thing I have a dumpster right outside. I mix my meth with some donuts, also known as a full American breakfast. I then turn that into some quality ultra fent. Now I just need someone to try it on. Jessie volunteers, of course, so I wait outside her motel room and sell her some. I follow her for a bit, and don't do fent, kids. I give the rest of my fent to the dealer, so it's distributed quickly. I also assign most customers to her except Jessie and Fent Trent. The results are pretty good. So now that I'm a successful drug kingpin, I need an expensive and highly impractical car to reflect my wealth. So I head back to the dealership. The most expensive car costs 40k, and with the amount of money I make from my drug trade, it's gonna take a year to save up. So instead, I head to the casino, where I gamble my way up till I almost can afford it. Now, I just need to win one more time, and oh,